Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Conditionals 9. Yep, Conditionals 9 for part 5 of Module 1. We're going to write two functions, get longest of 3 words and get shortest of 3 words. In both cases, if there's a tie, we're going to return the first word in the tie. You may recall this is going to be very similar to problems that we've done previously. So first we're going to say words, and I'm just going to create an array and literally lay each of the parameters in there in order. Next I'm going to be honest, there's probably a different way to do this using just conditionals, where you compare the first two, take the winner, and then compare that against the third one. Maybe we'll do that for the shortest word. But for this one, we're going to say variable longest is equal to words add 0. And we're going to iterate over the rest of the words. I is less than words.length. I plus plus. In case you're curious what's going on there, why I keep hitting the wrong keys, it's something that you should do. And what we're doing is we're trying to not look at the keyboard while we're typing, give ourselves a chance to practice the muscle memory of hitting those keys. As you can see from my evidence, it's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, but eventually it will be a good idea if you've been doing that the whole time. So words at I.length needs to be longer than longest for us to make a change. And the change is going to be when we reassign longest to be words at I. That'll iterate through the rest of the array, and then we can return longest. Oh no! Well, I mean, that's actually kind of nice because we did something wrong. Expected A to deeply equal C. So that means it's not finding the longest word, which means that where are we doing that? If words at I.length is greater than longest, which of course is incorrect, we need it to be longer than the longest length. Here we go. Alright, now we said that there was another way to do this with conditionals, so let's pseudocode this out because I'm not very good at this. So we'll say if word 1 is shorter than word 2, we've got to do something. And what do we have to do? Word 1 is shorter. If word 1 is shorter than word 2, and then we would say if word 1 is shorter than word 3. So this is the weird one though, because it's like, this is where the tie is. I always have trouble with this. So it's like if word 1 is shorter or equal to word 2. That way it'll pick word 1. And then if word 1 is shorter or equal, and we would, of course, equal in length to word 3, return word 1. We've got a chance for an else condition here. So this would be when word 3 is shorter than word 1. So in that case, we would return word 3. And we've got an else from the top. If word 1 is shorter or equal to word 2, else. And then we're going to basically repeat everything that we have here, but instead of word 1, it's all word 2. So if word 2 is shorter or equal to word 3, return word 2, else return word 3. So let's see if we can wrap all of this in if statements. Else is always very tricky to do this with because you need to put the else on the line below this. You don't need to, but in order for the pseudocode to look all nice and clean, you do. So see how that's wrapped around, but it's not immediately intuitive about where you should put it. Because usually you would end something like an if statement before you would start the else. Like, if you've been writing pseudocode the whole time, this might make sense about why this is so difficult. If you don't know why it's so difficult, just try it. It's not difficult, it's just a little awkward. So if word 1.length is less than or equal to word 2.length. And here's our next one. If word 2 or word 1 is shorter or equal to word 3, it's going to be very similar to this, except we'll just have word 3. Word 3 there. And that if statement is going to end there with an else. And this will be return word 3. This will be return word 1. You can see why I don't like doing this very much, because this part isn't so bad, but what's going to be the worst is if it turns out that we did this like incorrectly somehow, which is totally possible. It's going to be kind of annoying to retrace our steps. So if word 2 dot length is shorter or equal to word 3. Okay, we're going to return word 2. Actually, we're almost done. It's not that bad. Return word 3. Okay, so we have, well, honestly, I'm just going to hope that my pseudocode did what it was supposed to. If you write your pseudocode properly, hopefully you don't have to do a lot of like reiteration, which is to say going over the logic once more. The idea would be that you sorted out the logic when you went through it the first time, but also that's why we have our tests here. We're in good shape. So let's go over it. If word 1.length is less than or equal to word 2.length, then we need to check the winner of that against word 3, in which case we will return word 1. Otherwise, word 3 is the shortest. Otherwise, and that's this from here otherwise, this means that word 2 is shorter than word 1, so then word 2 and word 3 kind of compete for the winner, and then we return word 2 in the event that word 2.length is less than or equal to word 3. The reason we're doing less than or equal to is because of this: if there are ties, then it should return the first word in the parameters list, otherwise we return word 3. So 2 different ways to do these kinds of problems. I like this way better, but this way will definitely make sure that you have your conditionals nice and clean if you're able to do problems like this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.